Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our Happy Friday show. Hey everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. So are we here. Thank you for being with us, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. We're here together, we're a team. Every time we go live. It's me and Mr. HP. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Today, it feels like spring is in the air. I know, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. Give us some hearts and thumbs up throughout the show. And remember, we have a live winner every show, so the more you comment, the better chances to win. No question on Fridays, but always one live winner. Of course, every Friday we kick it off with a cocktail, and this one is going with our theme of the month. It's called a Palma Raspberry Smash. Whoop, whoop. This one is, I just had some wonderfully great raspberries, fresh raspberries, and basil. So you actually just put the raspberries and the basil and a wedge of lime into your glass, and then you put your vodka and your Palma liqueur, which is a pomegranate liqueur, in there. You smush it all together with a muddler, and then you just top it off with some sparkling water. Very nice, refreshing, not sweet, and pretty too. That basil gives it an extra little uniqueness, doesn't it?
A little something, something.
A little something, something. Mm-hmm. And I had to put a flamingo stir stick. You gotta keep stirring the seeds and the basil out of the way so you can suck it up with a straw. Yeah. That's the main goal. All right, so we have had a busy week, very busy week. Like I said, it's still March Madness. We're getting lots of fabric in the warehouse, getting things organized. I reorganized everything in the shipping area, and it's looking good and things are moving. But of course, as I was organizing, I was putting loads of stuff into our sales section. And this came with like reorganizing. It also came with, we kind of revamped the look of our website. It's not a new website. The look is just different. Making the photos bigger and nicer. We're constantly trying to make things easier and look better and increasing all kinds of features on our website. So I thought I would just take you through it. I have my laptop and we have another camera set up so you can check it out as I go through it. So I wanted to show you, this is, here you go to our homepage. So you'll see like the top look is a little bit different. And if you're looking for where to sign in, that's going to be here in the upper left corner. This is on a computer. It's actually very similar on a mobile device. There's a drop down in the corner that gives you all these features. If you're going to log into your account, that's up here. Let me see where my mouse is. That's up here. Also, the search bar is up here as well. And if you haven't joined our mailing list, you can also join that here. But if you scroll down the main page, there's also spots here to join our mailing list. There's quick access to like the patterns. On the bottom we have a little menu too that has some of our legal features. The pattern corrections button is down there. But here once you go into, we obviously have our videos here. You can drop down and find the Tipsy Tuesdays and all the tutorial videos, all the sew along videos. Bonus charts and templates, that hasn't changed. That is all our charts for the Stripology Ruler. We have our blog. And then under more, we have a little bit more our lectures and workshop and the travel button. But the biggest one is the shop button, of course. We have lots of drop-down sections here. And the best part about this, the organizing and searching part of the website is so much better now. So for example, if you go into patterns, there's two drop-down menus here. One, you can have it sorted by best-selling or by title if you want to find something, or if you want to get the newest, what's newest, you can click on the newest. But also from the other one, you can filter your results. So let's say you're looking for a single pattern for 10-inch square. So you can go to 10-inch square pattern, click on that, and then it will sort all of the 10-inch square patterns. And you can see the photos are just so much bigger and nicer. Another thing I'm going to I love with the 1 yard section. So we go into our 1 yard cuts. So of course the 1 yard cuts we have here at the top, they're all pre-cut into 1 yards. But if you buy one, the price is as listed. If you buy 5, it's $11 per yard. By 10, you get it for $10 a yard. Great fabrics, and then they're all here, and this one is listed by the newest first. If you wanted to, for example, see all of the all of the same together, like all the grunges together, the best way is to click on A to Z, because then you get it alphabetically. And then you can either scroll to find, like, here are all the bumbleberries together. You can, of course, go into the search bar and just type in bumbleberries as well, and it will kind of get you the same result. But from there, you can also go and filter. So let's say you're looking for a nice gray. So you can just go to gray, and it will pull out all the grays we have in the store in 1 yards. And if you're looking for a stripe, you can just go in here and find stripe.
Someone said, where are the drinks?
Oh, no drinks. So you can find all the stripes. Well, it's not doing it for me right now. There he goes. And then there's same as plaids and purple, like all the different colors. So it's just really nice if you're trying to match something or look for something specific. In here, we have that also in the 3 yards. So in the 3 yard cuts, it also will have a filter too, so you can go through that. And the 108s as well. But another thing I wanted to show you too, let's say you just saw a pattern and you don't know if it's a single pattern or in a book. So you can just go to the search, and let's say just fractions. You saw a quilt of mine that's called fractions. And you type it in and you search, and then the book will pop up where it is. The great part about it is that if we did a blog post ever about that topic or about that search word, that blog post will come up as well. So you can kind of learn more if it's about a sew along or anything like that. So the search button is really great because it searches both the products and our blog. So we also got some comments from you guys, so we made this a little bit more clearer, the top menu clearer. We made these a little bit larger, the font. So anything that you suggest to us, send us an email. We'd love to see if we can make it better every time. Another thing I love too with a new feature, if you go to 1 yards, is you don't have to click on the product to add it to your cart. If you're shopping fast, you can just click add to cart and it gets added instead of having to open it up and then add it to cart. So it will do that. If you hover over, it also zooms in if there's a larger photo. So we love it, and we've been working on this for a long time, so I hope that you enjoy all the new features and the new look. So tell us in the comments how you're feeling about our new look. So with that being said, we have a big week. Tomorrow is actually the 20th of March. So you all know what happens on the 20th of each month. The new Fast and Furious Club project goes live, and that will be, of course, the Eggs for Easter table runner hanging right over here, just in time to get her done for Easter coming up in a couple of weeks. So this one is made with background fabric and then 5 different fat 8s, and that is all you need, plus some backing fabric. And actually you can do a yard if you use the same backing and background. You can get away with a yard and then 5 different fat 8s. It goes fast. It's fun to do, and if you don't like it to be eggs, you can skip the triangles on the corners of the eggs and just make it like rectangles with strips. So it'll be a very kind of a modern, easy, fast runner if you wanted to do it that way as well. So lots of other things, of course, coming in. We do have some kits for the Eggs for Easter runner still. Very few left, but once they're gone, they're gone. And just know, you don't have to get it done for this Easter. I always like sewing on stuff during the holiday. So like over Christmas, I like to work on Christmas stuff. And so you can sew it over Easter, and then it's ready to use next year. Oh, what are you doing? Throwing up some interesting links. Make sure you follow all our pages. I always forget to say it. Sorry. I get too excited. It's too exciting. Anyways, so I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. It's warming up here, but I saw on the news that it's still quite cold out east and it's raining out west, and we're just kind of lucky here in the middle with this wonderful sunny, and it's like 50s, isn't it, right now?
Yeah, it's very nice. Put you in a good mood.
Put you in a good mood. Just getting the sunshine. We've been missing the sun for the past few days. So we're, of course, gearing up for retreat as well. Retreat starts next week, Wednesday. But we will be live for Tipsy Tuesday next week. And that's going to be a big one, too, because I'm going to announce what is our pattern for our next strip-along that starts in April. So I saw many of you that were nervous starting another project, but know that this will take, we can do it over time. It's all 2.5-inch strips, so you can use, if you have jelly rolls sitting around, or just if you started collecting strips, you can cut scraps. It's a great pattern to use scraps. You don't necessarily need full length, full width strips. You can use all kinds of 2.5-inch, leftover scraps. So that's your little hint of the day. That's all. The sew-along starts on April, 6th? April 6th? Sounds good. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. But that is, I forgot to give you your copy of the script. Sorry, honey. It's one of these days.
You know why, don't you?
Why?
You forgot that.
I forgot.
Because
yeah.
Last minute.
We were a little late coming back from work because I really wanted to show you this new fabric that was in the cutting process. So I was literally ripping it from underneath the cutters so I can show it to you. But
it's all good, though.
It's all good. It's all good. We made it. We made it fine. I was going to have Kobe say hi. Where's Kobe? Is he not here? Kobe! Because he got a haircut this morning and he looks like a completely different dog. And I think he's always, because we have him shaved all the way down, and now it's kind of getting warmer, so it's perfect time to shave him. And so he looks like a little puppy. This morning before he left, he looked like an old man. So I think he's always a little self-conscious right after he gets shaved. He likes to stay close to me. He doesn't, want to be kind of trotting around. Well, he wants to be with me all the time, yeah. Yeah. But I think he feels a little weird, right, first after. But then he likes it because it's nice and lighter.
Instant pound off.
Yeah, if we could just do that. I guess I could, maybe. Lose some weight by shaving it all off. You can't. All right, so I wanted to show you, one of the things, like I said, was organizing the warehouse. So we have brand new things in the sales section, some great fabric in the sales section, and it's just a really good deal on some great fabric. I wanted to talk about, also we have a special this week and until Wednesday, I believe, until retreat starts, on Lewis and Irene bundles. And so all of the new Lewis and Irene bundles we have in stock, there's only 5 of them, but they are all on special. So let me just pull them over. It's Chardin Delise, that's the one I used for my Wanda. We have Soraya, beautiful kind of elephant and paisleys, wonderful colors. We have Small Things Craft, which is all kinds of different novelty prints with all the different crafts, knitting, sewing, quilting, painting, and stitching. Really a great one kind of to have if you like to make little bags or anything like that. And Bunny Hop, which is like really actually fairly new in the store. So that is on special this week. And this is, of course, while supply lasts. And then one more brand new one that just came in, and we have it added into the special, of course, because it's all of Lewis and Irene. bundles, just the bundles, not the 1 yards. So let me show you this new one. So this new one is called Fairy Clocks. It has wonderful garden fairies and dandelion, like the buds, the clocks, and just other flowers. It has just a little hint of metallic in some of the prints, not all of them, but a very nice, soft, springy colorway. Lavenders, light blues. Here's the one with the fairies. It's so cute. So the fairies are silver, so they're very subtle, but just so whimsical, and love the Louis and Irene artwork all the time. 15 pieces in this one. And then we have the clocks. And another one with the fairies. And just a little hint of gold in there. And we have another colorway, the light taupe colorway of the main floral. And the clock's in that same colorway. And then this one is a really interesting print. It has kind of a gradation to it, so it almost is like an ombre going this way. I don't know if you can see it. Just a very subtle, lighter hue and darker hue. So it'd be really cool to kind of play with that. Especially if you would cut squares or something, you would get kind of that difference. We have the clocks and the more of the blues and the fairies. And then the silver fairies on the blue background. And then a little bit of that berry color that is kind of all throughout in that print. Now you can kind of see the hue changes better. Into a little bit of plum. And I love this kind of honey mustard color, gold, that goes with it. So we have three fabrics in that honey mustard. So we have the fairies, and then here they are metallic gold. But it all goes really well together. And the fairies. And then the last one is that ombre one. So this is Fairy Clocks. And we didn't get a whole lot of it, so I'm sure it's going to be snatched up pretty fast. You probably didn't have a sound effect for fairies, did you? No. No sound effects for fairies. What kind of sounds do they make? I wonder.
Like, what's the little fairy that comes on Disney?
That's Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah. That's Peter Pan, isn't it? Okay, so I also added 20 new pre-orders to our store today. And those are pretty much all of our holiday lines, Christmas and the rest of our Halloween. We already had a bunch up. And so I just wanted to go through those really quickly. I'm not going to talk too much about them. Go check them out. So all of our pre-orders, how that works, you can place your orders and pay for them in full, and then we will just ship them as soon as they come in. It's a way to secure. Sometimes, especially with those holiday lines and popular lines, you know, they sell out really fast. So this is kind of a way to secure that bundle. So let me show you which ones we have. We have, this is a Halloween line called Black Cat Capers by Andrea Tachiera for Northcott. Really nice, classic. I love the pumpkins, that print in the upper left corner. It's like plaid pumpkins and harlequin pumpkins, black cats, and great coordinates and the stripe. And then we have an art gallery line by Caterina Rochella, which I love her work, called Buscage. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm guessing. And it's got really great macaw birds and kind of a tropical theme to it. I love the colorway, deep greens and the bright reds, along with some of the basics. A little bit of animal print in there, just for fun. And then we have, next one is called Botanical Journal by Iron Orchid Designs. So this is a Clothworks line, just a very classic floral botanical line. It has got dragonflies and wonderful accents to it too, tone on tones. Christmas time, this is Tim Holtz's Christmas line. I, of course, am a big fan of Tim Holtz. We'll be getting some of these prints in for 1 yards and 3 yards, and I just love it. So I don't know if you remember his last line this past year. We kitted up my Strippy Forest pattern for it, and so this will kind of give you a really similar feel. So this is Christmas time. And then we have something super fun. Day of the Dead by Andover Fabrics. So we have sugar skulls in bright, bright colors. Gotta love that. Can't wait for that one. And then we have a holiday line by Riley Blake. It's a Echo Park Paper Company. It's a designer. It's called Farmhouse Christmas. Very classic poinsettias. I love the stockings. We got some plaid stockings and great great coordinates with the snowflakes, prints, and the trees. Next one is Whimsical Gnome Antics for Wilmington Prints. And this one has that wonderful diagonal plaid, doesn't it? So a diagonal buffalo plaid is a great size of it or scale of it. And only 2 prints that are directional. The other ones are all tossed, so that's good. Next one is also a holiday line by Basic Gray. Always a favorite. It's called Hustle and Bustle. I love that they kind of stayed with this classic Christmas colors of greens and reds, and then that my favorite taupe that they do. So very similar to this last year's line. I mean, colorway wise. I love the people out hustling and bustling Christmas shopping, that print, and multicultural. Love that. And so we have next one, a Lewis and Irene. I know this one is going to be very popular. It's called Hike Glow, and maybe I pronounced that kind of correctly, but it is a glow in the dark, and it has the birds, and then it has the kind of the Tomptons, very Scandinavian feel to it, and how fun will it be with it being glow in the dark for kids. So love that one. Another one that is from Lewis and Irene. They very rarely get a designer to work with them, but this one was last year's line of Tompton was so popular. So the same designer designed another line. So this is a smaller line. It is just 8 pieces, but there is a panel that we'll have as well, and another border print that we will have as well going with this. So I know we sold out of it really fast last year. So that one is exciting. Just very classic, those deep blues, and then of course a classic red. We have another Halloween or fall. It's called Kitty Corn. So not too Halloween looking. I think it's would really translate well just kind of into fall. It does have candy corn and the little very vintagey kind of retro. It's by Urban Chicks for Moda, and I love it. I love that groovy floral in there. This next one is, I chose this because we always ask for, soft baby colors, and this one is just gorgeous. It's by Paper and Cloth Design Company for Moda. It's called Little Ducklings, and I chose a very gender neutral colors out of the line, so just the yellows and grays, and it's such a popular colorway for nurseries, and just great to work with for when you can work on baby quilts and baby stuff ahead of time. So really, I love the artwork too. It's just so precious. Then we have another Midnight Haunt, another Halloween by Andover. Now this one is a bigger. It's a 15-piece line. I could not narrow it down. I love these prints. You guys know how much I love Halloween. So I freaking love this one. Just love the jack-o'-lanterns, the bats, and a little bit of skeletons. Just a tiny bit. Okay, next one up is Noel by Lewis and Irene. Noel is very similar to many of their holiday lines, very classic. We sell out of those always really fast, so this one is going to be popular. I believe it has some metallic in it.
What is broken?
Broken?
No live.
Mm-hmm.
No live presentation.
Oh, no, these are all pre-orders. I'm just showing you the pre-orders. We don't have this fabric yet. So many of these deliveries are going to be, most of them are going to be May, June, and a couple of July. So Christmas in July. That's how that's going to go. All right, next one is another Christmas line. It's Silent Night. It's just a small black and white, very kind of chalkboard feel, and a great plaid to go with it by Timeless Treasures. Next one is Songbook by Fancy That Design. It's a newer Fancy That Design house. It's a newer designer for Moda. I love her take on colorways, so I pulled together a bundle that's nicely balanced with the greens and the blues and the reds. And then another very unique kind of a Halloween line is called Tool and Trouble. I love Dear Stella and their quirkiness. So this is very, very cool. I think Ray Ritchie is the designer of most of them, but I threw in a couple of basics to kind of balance it out. And then we have Winter Elegance. This one is a flannel. It's a flannel line for Henry Glass, and there will be a panel going with this. I really love the classic and the classic colors with the black and the red, a little bit of green, and the panel is gorgeous as well. Going into more flannel, we have Primitive Gatherings is coming out with another round of flannels, plaids. So I put together two colorways. I did a neutral one, which is very similar to what we had last year, and we sold that out, sold a lot of it. So this is the next line. It's beautiful. The Moda flannel is just gorgeous to work with. And then the other colorway is, I call this colorway neutrals, and then this colorway I just call red green or Christmas. But it's, you know, what a perfect Christmas gift to make a cozy flannel throw in those beautiful Christmas colors. So there it is. Those are our pre-orders that are up there. You can go check them out. And we just ask if you're going to place multiple pre-orders because of the delivery times. If you want them to come to you as soon as they arrive, I would place separate orders. If you don't care about that, you can place the orders together and we will not ship it until the last one comes in. Just know that. All right, so I wanted to also mention we had, we've been waiting to get a little bit more of Moody Bloom. We were able to get 10 pieces. So we put together a 10-piece bundle of Moody Bloom, and so that is back in stock. Not too many left. We scraped up what was left at Moda, but that has been such a popular line for us. So happy to be able to get a little bit of it back and more. You know what I totally forgot? I actually pulled up fairy clocks, and then I pulled some 1 yards to go with it. So let me do that again. Let me show you the 1 yards that I pulled with this. So fairy clocks that I just showed you from Lewis and Irene. Beautiful, beautiful colorways. So I pulled, of course, Bumbleberries is the Lewis and Irene basic, and I pulled a few of those, but the colorways of Lewis and Irene go really nicely with Dear Stella. So I pulled just some Bumbleberries that I thought worked very well. We have the light gray if you wanted a nice background. The dark gold will kind of give it a little bit of pop. It runs well with these, but it has a little bit more brightness to it. And then the cloud gray is like the perfect gray to go to match these guys. And then I pulled some more of the more in the purple tone. So this is Dash Flow Grape. It works really well with all of these kind of blues and in-betweens. I pulled the lavender that goes more into these tones in here and matches here, gives this a little spark. And then the Dash Flow Bran, which is kind of that gold with a little bit more subtle than this bright gold. So they just work so well together, even though, like I said, two different fabric companies. So this is the ones that go with fairy clocks. We'll set these aside, move these out of the way. So many choices. It's so much fun for me. Can't even stand it. Oh, actually, I had one more. It was hiding there. The Pansy. That's just kind of like a lighter version of the Dash Flow Lavender. So they work really nicely. These three kind of working with these tones of Fairy Clocks. Okay, so in the next I wanted to show you, I showed you on Tuesday our Soften the Volume bundles, and I told you that we would have 3 of the prints available as 1 yards and 3 yards, and those are the 3 prints. So we have the Poetic Manuscript, which has Emily Dickinson poems, maybe some other ones, and then we have the Wild Stems, which is a really nice ivory or off-white background with just these light stems on it. And then we have the Flying Seeds. Just a really nice, beautiful backgrounds. I can't wait to use these. And if you've never worked with art gallery fabric, they are wonderful to work with. Just such a great joy to sew with them. So those are the 3. And then we added even more great backgrounds. Great backgrounds coming in. I always have to have a lot in inventory at my own house. So this is from Moda, some basics from Moda. So again, they're going to be available. They are already available in 3 yards and in our 1 yards. So it's 3 prints. It's the Jacks, which is a Zen Chic design. So, and we have 3 colorways. We have the Whispers, which is almost a white, kind of a white on white, very subtle print. And then we have the Zen Gray with white jacks, and then we have the muslin color. It's not muslin, it's just the color called muslin. So it's really this this kind of a creamy, almost creamy muslin-y background. And this one has gold, metallic gold. The second pattern is called Tangles. So it's like somebody ran away with your thread, hooked onto them, and then it's all over. Tangles comes in the Zen Gray and the muslin, and I believe it comes in one other, the white, I believe. And then there's one more print, and this print is called Dashing, and we have that in 3 colors as well. It is in the muslin and in the Zen Gray, and then in a light gray as well. So those are the 3. So great options for all kinds of backings or backgrounds for whatever you are working on. Gotta love that. All right, so the last one I wanted to show you, the one I was like literally ripping from them. I love it so much. This is totally up my alley, very quirky Dear Stella fabric line, and I love the name the most. It's called Chop It Like It's Hot. And so for all the guys in your life, this is it. So it's very monochromatic in these blues and whites. So we've got guys with beards, with man buns, with mustaches, with bald heads.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, those are cool ones. Bald heads and a mustache, no, a bald head and a beard, and sunglasses. Nice. So then we have skateboards, we have chainsaws, bicycles, we have motorcycle, we have pipes and beer and cameras, all kind of guy stuff, axes, flasks. I just think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. Very unique. This is the main print. The second one is all of their snacks. So we got the beer, and we got pretzels and hops and barrels. So very kind of manly stuff. I love it. I just, this actually screams Otley, my son Otley. It just is quirky like him. Then we have deer, and it's outdoorsy too. So we have deer, and then we have campers, and another camping print that has all kinds of stuff on it: campers, lanterns, axes, and bonfires, and all that fun stuff. And then the last print is a wood grain print. So it's just blues, all these different hues of blues. So I just love this. This would make a really cool monochromatic quilt if just using all kinds of hues of blues. So I just went and threw in some more more Deer Stella, some of the darker blues to bring in to pop it up. I've got Scallop Dot Navy. I've got the Jack Sapphire and the Dash Flow Blueprint. They're all like really dark navy, and so go with the darkest parts. The Cobalt is kind of middle of the road. It has the lighter blue and the medium blues in there. And then Moonscape Eclipse has a little bit of white in there too. So this would be awesome. You could also add in some, because this is, the light blues are almost gray too. So you could add grays. I actually was just looking at this one. Bumbleberry Cloud Gray works great in here. Just to kind of melt it all together. So you could do this. You could add in some more of the lighter ones as well. And then if you wanted to do a pattern where you needed an accent color or make it pop with something, you could literally add any color to this. So depending on what is, you know, who you're making it for, what colors would they like to add to it. The two that it's easy to add, like if it's gonna be kind of guyish, like a turquoise or a green. This is Dash Flow Mist. Or I would love throwing in a yellow, but if that is too much accent, I think this one would be great too, the Dash Flow Bran, because it's just kind of still very neutral and very kind of cool. So
the snacks are missing Merlot.
Yeah, there's no Merlot cheese.
Or popcorn.
There's no popcorn. That is kind of weird.
That's major.
Yeah. Well, we did talk about it in the car. That's like, this is not really your type of guy line because you don't drink beer.
I don't have a big
and you don't have a big beard, no. You're not really a wood chopper. And it's called Chop It Like It's Hot, so it's kind of like a lumberjack type thing.
I like the camper.
You like the camper. We've done that. So... But I haven't seen you all chopping wood much. You would probably if we needed to do that.
Oh yeah.
I can see you totally doing that. Actually, probably having fun doing that. Yeah, it'd be a good workout. But other than that, I love it. I think I'm gonna have some of this and save it because, like I said, I have a feeling this has Otley's name on it, all over it. All over it. So, do we have any questions on any of this stuff that I've been showing them? I'm going to have a sip of my cocktail. Question. Would you place separate orders for the 2 flannel bundles? No. Place them together because they would come together. They would ship to us together so they'd be ready at the same time. Oh, the names of the quilts. On my right is Glacial Ice. This is actually Kara's quilt. She was, we were getting it quilted today, and we used to have a bundle called Glacial Ice that I kind of put together from all kinds of things, all kinds of fabrics, and so I just went with a colorway similar to what I used for my quilt, and that's the result. I love it, so I had to show it to you. And I love the quilting pattern. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like these swirly, it's kind of like ripples in the sand or ripples in the water. And then Astrid Wild Beauty is behind me. That is one of the kits for the retreat. And then Eggs for Easter is, of course, hanging over there. It's going to go on my table after the show so we can have a little Easter feel in our house. What background fabric goes well with Abandoned? Well, so Tim Holtz has a line of basics called Provisions. One of the colors in there is kind of a tan. It's called, is it linen? I don't remember the name of the color, but you'll see it. It's kind of a tan color. So that is kind of part of his line. But I tell you what, you can add anything. I wouldn't go too white with it because that would just be too stark. But anything in kind of like, I was thinking these right away in my head, these muslin colors or light grays would also work well. I would not go too white, too light on it with a background for Abandoned if you wanted it to be a light background. I would go a light gray, like a silvery light gray that has a lot of kind of blue in it, or some of those kind of off-white or almost cream with them, or taupe, more taupe, like more of the cooler colors. Is Glacial Ice in a book? It is in a book. It's in my Iceland book. Do I have one here? No, I don't. Quilts of Iceland. It's in there. It's a 10-inch square quilt. So really a great way to use up whatever you got. Just throw, that's how I picked the fabrics for mine. I just pulled all kinds of 10-inch squares that I had in my bins, but it was just the colorways that controlled what I put in there. When will the pattern for Astra be available? I'm not doing the retreat. So it will be available like second week of April, I believe. Somewhere around there. So early to mid-April, most likely. You'll be able to purchase it both as a PDF, and the printed ones might be a little bit later, but it's all in the works. And some new ones, other new ones, other than just Astrid. Whoop, whoop. Oh, I just let a little secret out. Okay, you ready for winner of the day? Who is it? Our live winner. Oh, Kathy. Kathy Reed. Congratulations, Kathy. You won a $25 gift card. Thank you for being here. Thank you for commenting and hanging out with us on an awesome Friday. I think Kobe might get a walk after the show because it's still just really nice and sunny. And I need to get some work done, but I think I need to move a little bit. Get some sunshine on my face. What do you think?
Sounds good.
You coming with? No?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right. Oh, somebody was noticing that the Quilts of Iceland threads are up there, not the actual book. But those are the threads that match the projects in the book. Well, our next show will be Tipsy Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. Don't miss it. It's March 23rd. It's my mom's birthday. Everybody needs to remember to say happy birthday to her. And that's also our strip-along pattern announcement. You'll be able to see what pattern it is. I'm going to talk about kind of pulling your fabrics together. And then our Happy Friday show will be a little different this next week because we'll be running a retreat. So we still haven't kind of fully figured out how we're going to do it. We're going to do it. But whether that will be just me and my phone or, but you'll get to see a little sneak peek of the retreat action next Friday. So, but there will be a show, 3 p.m. Central on Friday. But that is it for us. Any last words? What are you cooking this weekend? Nothing?
You see how
that was that was the answer. Exactly. He's not cooking this weekend.
Hey,
guess
good
what?
looking, what you cooking?
Yeah, I'll be cooking something. Haven't decided, so gonna figure that out maybe on my walk. So cheers, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.